Here's how I achieved that soft, clean girl vibe. Fresh, effortless, and polished. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mariam. Today we're going to be creating this soft, glowy, clean girl look using the Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisturizer. Does it work for oily skin? Is it black girl friendly? Find out all this and more in today's video. Skin tint comes in 20 shades and I picked up the shade dark neutral. We're going to go ahead and apply the foundation, but first we're going to prime our skin. Use a mattifying primer in my T-zone areas to just mattify and smoothen out that area a little bit. I'm going to be using the Becca mattifying primer. This primer has been discontinued. If you know it, you know it. If you know, you know. It's been discontinued, but I still have it and I use it. However, I know that the one size has a blurring primer, a mattifying primer that helps with your pores. I think it's secure. It's called Secure the Blur. And the Rimmel also has a primer that I want to try for a more affordable option. So I'm just applying and patting it to my T-zone area. You can already see how this just mattifies my skin. Now we're going to go ahead and apply the skin tint. But first, let me just swatch this dark neutral shade, dark neutral on my skin. How do you guys see this shade? It's not a bad shade at all, even though I feel the other one is a bit neutral, but let me just apply it all over my face. So I'm going to be using my Becca angled brush. So now we're going to blend it in. This gives such a beautiful, yummy finish to the skin. Just look at it. This is the side with the skin tint. This is the side without it. And what do we think about this shade? I think this shade is, I wish it was a little bit warmer. Like I feel like this shade is putting a little red on my skin. Besides that, my shade match is just the undertone. You can see it feels a little red or a little neutral compared to my neck. It's not a bad shade, like I could work with this, but I wish it was a bit more yellow. Let's do the other side. This foundation has 20 shades. This skin tint, has 20 shades. I keep saying foundation. It claims to moisturize, prime, protect the skin. So it claims to be a moisturizer, a primer, and it also has SPF. It has SPF 25 to protect the skin from environmental damage. It's very lightweight on the skin. It feels like skincare. It feels more like skincare and less like makeup. It has like a light, beautiful coverage. I'm going to go with my beauty blender to make the skin look as skin-like as possible. Luckily for us, this skin tint has already done most of the work. I feel like if you're oily, it's definitely more glowy. Even though I toned it down a bit with my primer, I feel like it's still like more dewy. If you have dry, normal to dry skin, I feel like you're going to love it. And for oily skin, doesn't mean that you can't wear this. You can definitely wear it, especially in cooler months, or if you're not going to be wearing it for like very long. This skin tint has evened out our skin a bit. You still see some spots, but I want my skin to just look effortless. I don't mind a few spots peeking through, but I think we could just leave it like that. I'm just going to highlight a little bit with my concealer to highlight my under eyes and make me look a little bit more awake. I'm going to be using two concealers, and that's the Pat McGrath Sublime Concealer and Sephora Best Skin Concealer. I would have just used the Pat McGrath Concealer because I feel like for this look it's really going to pair well with being that is very skin-like. The Sephora Concealer is a bit more full coverage, but I have to mix them because the Pat McGrath is like my brightening shade, so it's lighter than the Sephora Concealer, which is closer to my skin. So I'm going to do Pat McGrath with a little bit of the Sephora concealer because I don't really want that full coverage bit look that the Sephora concealer gives me. Pat McGrath concealer closer to my, just a little bit. Then a little bit of this Sephora concealer, just a bit. Using my brush to blend it. It's another Becca brush. Blending my forehead area. Next, we're going to be blending under my eyes. I'm going to go in with my beauty blender because I want everything to look really seamless. And now that the skin is looking really blended in and everything is looking so seamless, but you can see like our face just looks like one-dimensional. So now we're going to bring in the blush to just give us a bit of color. I'm going to be using the Danessa Merrick's Yummy blush in Golden Hour, and it's like an orangish blush, but on my skin it pulls like an orangish reddish color. Just gonna take a bit. And I love the formula of this blush. It's like cream to powder, and it just works beautifully under and over your foundation. Look at how beautiful this blush is, and it's super long wearing and great for oily skin. When I wear this blush, I do not even need to top it up with a powder blush. So can you guys see the flush of color? It's such a beautiful blush. To set under my eyes, I'm going to be using the Sacha Buttercup powder. If you're like an oily skin girly, this powder is like, it's going to keep you matte. And I love the fact that it's yellow. I use a very light concealer. I want to tone it down a bit. I use the Sacha Buttercup powder. So I'm just going to, it's a bit matte, so, and I don't really want that full coverage look, so I'm not going to bake. I'm just going to slightly dust it under my eyes. So we're just going to press it under my eyes, like where we use the concealer. We're just going to press. This will just help to get rid of some of that glow. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. As an oily skin girly, I just have to set my skin if I need the skin tint to last longer. So, and I'm using the Sephora Micro Smooth because it gives like a skin-like finish. It's not going to really take away from the look. For my brows, I like a little bit of definition, so I'm just going to carve it out a bit using my brow pomade. I'm just feeling the sparse areas. I'm mostly focused on the tail and just with what's left, just feeling lightly. Brush and do the other side. Just brush it. I'm not gonna lie, I love my eyeliner, so I'm just going to line my top lid a little bit very close to my lash line and smudge it out a little bit just to give me a thicker lashes, since I'm not going to be wearing false lashes. I'm using this brow pomade by Zaron. So for mascara, I'm going to be using the Fenty Hella Thick mascara to give me that bold, voluminous lashes. I'm going to apply on my bottom lashes. I'm going to go in with another layer. For lips, we're going to keep it extra simple. Today I'm testing out the NYX Fat Oil in the shade Supermodel. So we're just going to unbox this together. I wanted to try this NYX lip oil for the longest of time. My sister got it and I tried it and I loved it so much. I had to just pop mine immediately. So I'm just going to show you. But first we're going to line our lips, and I'm going to be using the Morphe Trendsetter. We're going to top it with the nail gloss. It's so pink. To bring back some of the glow, I'm going to be using my Marabadascu setting spray. This is what we're looking like: healthy, glowing, yummy skin. The Smashbox Halo Tinted Moisturizer isn't ideal for oily skin, especially in very hot countries or very hot weather. But when the weather is right, it gives yummy, very healthy skin. Let me know your go-to skin tint in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you like skincare forward makeup like this. Till my next video. Love you.